3, 2, 1. Oh, that's fun. That is fun. Welcome to the 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. My name is Jimmy, and well, yeah, this is just this is exactly what you need in a truck. Okay, it's not a V8, but a twin turbo V6? I mean, that's not bad, right? Floor it. And it makes all the right noises. That exhaust note, that is very, very intoxicating. And I can say basically at almost every opportunity, I am in sport exhaust. I am giving it a little bit more throttle than I should just so that I can hear that exhaust note. It is a good sound. No, I get it. It's not a V8, but you know what? That's not bad. I'm not going to complain about that kind of exhaust note. In a world of turbocharged and hybrid vehicles, that's pretty good. The Ranger Raptor is basically the baby in the Raptor lineup. You also got the Bronco and of course the F-150. This at 80,000 Canadian dollars is actually decently affordable when you're looking at the Raptor range. In the Raptor series, it's for, well, people who make questionable choices. It really is. Because, well, as it sits here, it has less payload, it has less towing than the standard, well, Ranger. The 2.7 V6, that isn't all that slow neither. I mean, sure, with the mud tires that I have on here, I'm not going to be braking as well, and I'm definitely not going to be turning as well as the standard Ranger on, regular everyday roads. But you're not buying the Ranger Raptor because it's the most comfortable, it's the most economical. You're buying it because it's a little bit insane. It's just a whole lot of fun. Because when you defeat traction control, the rear end slides out very, very easily. Thanks to the KO3s, grip is limited. And when grip is limited, it's actually more fun. This is actually a really well-packaged, fun machine. And you just don't really get too much of that these days. You really don't. The overall look of the Raptor, I think it looks good too. The Ranger definitely has been updated. The whole front end is different than the previous generation. It still rides on the same architecture as the previous generation, but there's so many updates to it, you can basically call it brand new. I like the overall size as well. It's not too big where, in parking lots, it's a little bit cumbersome. This still fits right at home. It fits in my garage. And the cab size, well, yeah, it's definitely smaller than like your F-150. It's, well, definitely still more spacious than a Tacoma would be. There's not too much going on with the seats in the back, but the seats up here, they're very, very comfortable. They're bucketed just the right way. If you're a little bit bigger though, you might not be too comfortable as, yeah, it might be a little too bucketed for some, but they're very comfortable. They're heated as well. I got a heated steering wheel as well, and I got all the buttons here on the right to control steering, suspension, as well as the exhaust. I have the R button here to put it into Raptor mode. It's all just readily available. The digital cluster is nice, no heads-up display, but that's fine. The infotainment is the same as a standard Ranger. It's good. It's a good portrait display. Some might complain you don't get as much controls as some others, but you know what? I think for most, you'll get used to it. I've been using wireless CarPlay, and that's been working great for me. And just the overall interior, well, yeah, it's not as cool as the Bronco would be. There's still lots to love in here. The soft materials is nice. And the drive mode selector right down here on the center console, it's just within easy reach. It's quite ergonomically laid out. The only thing that is maybe a little weird is the shifter, especially when you put it into reverse. It's just a little bit clunky, but one of those things that you'll get used to. Underneath the hood, yes, it's a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 making 405 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. Unlike the regular Ranger where it has part-time 4-wheel drive, this actually has a full-time unit, so you can put it on 4A, leave it there, and just let it do its thing. Or if you want to have more fun, turn off stability control, put it on 2-wheel drive, and you'll be doing donuts in no time. The ride on this, it's soft. It's Ranger Raptor soft. And like many Raptor products, it could be a little too soft for some. Some might be complaining just how floaty it can be, especially on the highway. I find that if you put it into sport, it does help things a little bit more, but you know what? If you're not a big fan of boaty ride experiences, get the regular Ranger. But these Fox shocks do great on just everyday roads. They absorb so much, and it just adds so much more character to the vehicle. It dives, it squats, it rolls. There's just a lot more body motion to this than your standard pickup, and sometimes that is fun. Not terribly great for performance driving, especially on roads. Off-road, very different. What I think the Ranger Raptor does best is just the price point. At 80,000 Canadian dollars, it's just in line with the TRD Pro. And with the TRD Pro, sure, you get some fancy seats and, of course, that Toyota nameplate. But with this, you get 2 more cylinders and a whole lot more exhaust noise. And when you're looking for a fun vehicle, that matters a little bit more, doesn't it? In my opinion, anyways, I actually really enjoy the Raptor here more than that of the Tacoma that I had. That being said, the Tacoma I had was just the regular TRD Sport, and it had the 6-speed manual, which really wasn't the best, transmission. This, it's a 10-speed auto. You don't get a manual option, but you do get a bunch of paddles to go through all the 10 gears that you need. And there's a lot of gears as you're going through it. Here in Vancouver, the Ranger Raptor just makes more sense than the F-150. Not just because the financial part. It's more because of the size. This is just, it's just a little bit more compact. The thing that I wished it had was, instead of a pickup bed, which I personally just wouldn't use and don't need, I wish it was more like an SUV body. Name it some sort of mountain like Everest or something. And sell that and it'll be the perfect 4Runner competitor. Wonder if Ford could make something like that for us. In any case, thank you so much for watching this video. Like the video if you do. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll catch you next time. Take care.